In today's episode of Level Up, we're going to be doing a direct comparison between these two microphones, the FDUCE SL40 and the Donner UA-44. I know what you're thinking. Wait a minute. One of them is a direct ripoff of the other. I don't want to buy a microphone that is a direct ripoff / clone of the FDUCE SL40. But before you start grabbing them pitchforks and getting all upset, let's not forget the Shure MV7. And we all know that's where these guys got their inspiration from. And as you've been listening to me on this intro, you've heard me go back and forth between these mics, identical settings, but yet they do not sound the same. So before we get started, full disclosure, neither one of these companies sent me this microphone. They were purchased through my own funds, and thank you guys. It was your support that was able to allow me to continue to purchase gear for this channel for review. If you'd like to continue to support the channel, you can do so by clicking super thanks down below. If you'd like to support the channel another way, you can do so by just clicking on the Amazon links down below. Let's go ahead and do the reveal. As you saw in the intro, and up to this point, you've been listening to me on both microphones, and the reveal is microphone A was the FDUCE SL40, microphone B was the Donner UA-44. And in this video, we're gonna get in depth, put them side by side. Both microphones are gonna be running through my Vocaster 1, and I'm gonna be using the Vocaster Hub software, and we're gonna run through both these microphones in their default settings and through 3 process settings, or what is it, 4 process settings: radio, clean mode, warm, and bright. And then you're going to be able to tell processed or unprocessed, controlled environment, which one of these microphones comes out on top. Now that all that is out of the way, let's go ahead and turn the processing off and see which one of these sound the best right out of the box. Okay, now that the big reveal is out of the way, I'm trying really hard to focus right now because my cat is right underneath the camera staring at me with them judgmental eyes. Anyway, let's focus on the video. Shall I stop staring at me? I'm doing my best. You're listening to me on the Donner UA-44. As you see right now, my default settings are turned off. Let me just kind of bring my mouse over here. And you see the processing is turned off. The gain is at about 55%. I'm going to leave the gain here for both microphones, so you're going to be able to hear a difference in which one is gain hungry. And this is what it sounds like. Let's go ahead and do a plosive and a sibilance test for both these microphones, starting with the Donner UA-44 since it's already plugged in. Peter Parker moved to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to deliver pineapple pizzas to the masses who wanted to listen to a podcast after he left Queens, New York. The Donner UA-44 in its default settings. This is the FDUCE SL40. Same price, same design, same look. Tell me if you guys think they sound the same. On for the plosive and the sibilance test for this microphone. Peter Parker went to, I gotta say this the same. It's hard to do this. Time for the sibilance and the plosive test. Peter Parker moved to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to deliver pineapple pizzas to the masses who were looking to listen to a podcast. That's not right. Oh my gosh, why can't I just pick something easy to say? Peter Parker moved to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to deliver pineapple pizzas to the masses who wanted to listen to a podcast after he left Queens, New York. Sibilance test. What do you think? The FDUCE SL40. Comment down below which one you think sounded better in its default settings. Now let's run through some processing. This is the Donner UA-44 processing turned on, and as you're listening to it, it is in, so you guys can see, we are in radio mode. Peter Parker moved to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to deliver pineapple pizzas to the masses who wanted to listen to a podcast in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, instead of Queens, New York. I don't know. I'm changing this because I can't remember what I say, and I'm not a script guy. I like to go by the flow. The Donner UA-44 in radio mode. So as you can see right here, back on the FDUCE SL40 in radio mode with the enhancement turned on. Peter Parker moved to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Peter Parker moved to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to deliver pineapple pizza to the masses who were listening to a podcast in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, instead of Queens, New York. And I completely butchered that, but that's okay. FDUCE SL40. This is the Donner UA-44 in clean mode. And yes, I have rearranged my studio in between segments. My workflow was getting crazy. Needed to speed things up, move things around. Sorry. I have an addiction. I'm sorry. But this is the Donner UA-44 in clean mode. This is what it sounds like. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers and he puts pineapple on his pizza, and he went to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania with Peter Parker to deliver pineapple pizza to the masses because the traffic in New York was just crazy. So there you go. This is the sound of the UA-44. Sibilance test. Plosives. Moving on. This is the FDUCE SL40 in clean mode. Peter Piper with Peter Parker picked a pack of pickled peppers and he went to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to deliver pineapple pizza to the masses. For those people listening to his podcast, and Peter Parker moved from Manhattan, New York to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to help Peter Piper pick those pickled peppers to okay, I can't. My brain is imploding. But anyways, this is the FDUCE SL40 in clean mode. Let me know in the comments down below which one you think sounds better. And now that we've gotten all of our sound comparisons in XLR mode, processed and unprocessed, let's go ahead and switch over to these two microphones in USB mode into my M1 Mac Mini and see how they compare. USB mode, let's go. Let's do it. And because I am me and I am just so not awesome, I forgot to record the Donner UA-44 in warm mode during this segment, so future mic dropping back in to record it. Peter Parker moved to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to deliver pineapple pizza to the masses who were listening to his podcast because Queens, New York was just too much traffic. Had to move. So here you go. The Donner UA-44 in warm mode. Let me know in the comments down below which one of these mics you think sounded better in warm mode. And as you can see, I'm now on the FDUCE SL40 and the settings, again, process turned on in the warm setting. Time for the plosive and the sibilance test. Peter Parker picked a pack of pickled peppers and moved to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to deliver pineapple pizza to the masses wanting to listen to a podcast in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania because he left Queens, New York because he was tired of the traffic. This was the plosive and the sibilance test for the SL40 by FDUCE. Back on the Donner UA-44 with processing turned on, and now we're in the bright mode in XLR. This is the Donner UA-44, time for the plosive and the sibilance test. Peter Parker picked a pack of pickled peppers and went to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to deliver pineapple pizzas to the masses listening to the podcast in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, because he left Queens, New York because he was tired of the traffic. The plosive and the sibilance test for the UA-44 by Donner. And this is the FDUCE SL40 in bright mode. Peter Parker picked a pack of pickled peppers and went to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to deliver pineapple pizza to the masses who were wanting to listen to a podcast in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, as he left Queens, New York because he was tired of the traffic. This was the plosive and the sibilance test. Thank you, Jesus. That's proof right there that there is a God, that I just got through all of that without one mistake, one take. All right, as I'm sitting here, I'm looking at the screen. There are no more settings to try. You've heard both microphones, processed and unprocessed. I'm curious to see in the comments down below which microphone you thought handled the processing better, unprocessed better, and if you thought one microphone stood out more than the other in one particular preset of the processing. It's a lot of P's. But having said that, I haven't had my headphones on. I didn't want to be spoiled on this one. You guys know which one sounds better already, and let me know, because they are different, which one you thought sounded better. The Donner UA-44 or the FDUCE SL40. All right, time to compare these two microphones in USB mode. Right now, this is the Donner UA-44 plugged into my M1 Mac Mini, recording in OBS, and no processing turned on whatsoever. This is straight out of the box in USB mode. No headphones. I have no idea what it sounds like, but you guys do. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers with Peter Parker to deliver pineapple pizza to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, to deliver pineapple pizzas to the masses listening to his podcast. It's a lot of sibilance, a lot of S's, a lot of plosives. This is the FDUCE SL40 in USB mode. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers and he puts pineapple on his pizza. The FDUCE SL40, as Peter Parker went to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to deliver pineapple pizza to the masses, because even in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, they deserve to listen to pineapple pizzas while listening to his podcast. I give up, man. That's tough. I think I'm making life harder on myself. What do you guys think? All right. Anyways, this is the FDUCE SL40 in USB mode. Comments down below which one you think sounds better. All right, that does it for our comparison of these two microphones, the FDUCE SL40 and the UA-44. I'm going to go back, listen to all this footage with my headphones on, and let you guys know what I think, in case you guys want to know. I don't think you should. I mean, I think it's up to you. I mean, it's your microphone. You pick which one you like. But anyways, I'll chime in. I'm going to give you my 2 cents on my thoughts regarding these two microphones right after this. And I promise, I won't move a single thing. Well, maybe, looking at my monitor, I might move this, because it was in my shot, and it's annoying. And maybe this, because that was in my shot, and that's annoying. And maybe this, because that was in my shot, and that's annoying. I promise not to touch anything else. I'll be right back. All right, final thoughts. Now that I've had a chance to go back and listen to all of these segments, I will say right out the gate that the winner in the head-to-head competition between the Donner and the FDUCE it's the FDUCE SL40. Absolutely love this microphone. Between the two, you heard it when it was unprocessed in its default settings out of the box, and then when we ran through each one of these microphones in the 4 presets in the Vocaster 1 hub, it was, let's see, it was radio, it was clean, it was warm, and then it was bright mode. I think that the FDUCE definitely sounded better than the Donner in all of those, unprocessed and processed, and in all 4 presets to be more specific. And how it was different and how it exceeded was the FDUCE was just better at being smooth and more balanced as far as the low, the mids, and the highs, whereas the Donner was oppressive when it came to the low end. It felt like when I was in the editing process and listening to it in my headphones, I felt like I was listening to someone who was trying to do a podcast while being smothered with a pillow. With the FDUCE, it captured that low end. Now, would I like a little bit more of the high and the high mids in my mix that the FDUCE offers? Absolutely. But in those presets, I could definitely use this for a podcast, 30-minute podcast, 60-minute podcast. There wasn't anything too overwhelming in this mix that would wear down a listener. Where again, the Donner, it's not going to give you listener fatigue as far as highs and the mids, but it's going to give you that listener fatigue because you just feel like you're missing out, like it's being smothered, like you just need it to be more clear. And it's inhibiting. Now, comparing the two between XLR and USB mode, I will say that the script got flipped. To me, I felt like the Donner was a little bit better in USB mode, but not enough to give this thing the nudge or the win, the victory, so to speak, in the head-to-head competition. It just wasn't good enough. It wasn't better enough in such a way that makes me want to get this over at the FDUCE. I could make the audio and USB work, go into OBS with your 3-band equalizer and kind of fix that a little bit. With the Donner, I just feel like no matter what it is you're doing, there's a lot of work involved in order to get a good sound, and you don't want to have to go through all of that. So I give the win to the FDUCE SL40. Now, before I wrap this up completely, I just want to say for this final segment, the final thoughts, this is my own personal mix. I went into the Vocaster 1 hub, and instead of the 4 presets of, again, radio, clean, warm, and bright, I went in and I made my own adjustments. So I brought my compression down to 2:1. I left my bass alone because I like the bass right where it's at. It's giving me a little bit of high, a little bit of mid, just to let me know it's still there. It's still in my mix. Not as much as I would like, but hey, the bass, where it is, I love it. I like it right here. It's very nice, very soothing, very relaxing. If I get real excited and want to capture some energy, man, it does that too in the highs and the mids. You can do that with the FDUCE. With the Donner, I can't. It's just too muffled. It's too smothered. It's way too much. So I gave it I would say like a 3 dB bump in the mids and a 3 dB bump in the highs. And to give me that brightness and, again, that crispness and clarity in the higher frequencies of my voice while not giving up the low end. And I like this. To me, this is the sound I would definitely go with when using this microphone. I feel like it gives me the best of both worlds. Donner tried to come in and produce a microphone that looks the same, costs the same, but what we found out today is they definitely do not sound the same. All right, those are my thoughts on the FDUCE SL40 versus the newcomer on the block, the Donner UA-44. Stick with the FDUCE in my opinion, and start rocking and rolling with some good audio. And until I see you guys in the next video, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, the notification bell so you guys are notified when future content goes up, because it is going up. There's more coming on the way. Really exciting time. We're on our way, marching in and closing in on 1,000 subscribers. We've only been doing this seriously, like really leaning into this YouTube channel for about 9 months, and we're already cracking on the door, knocking on the door of 1,000 subscribers. I really appreciate you guys. I love the support. I love the community that we have. It's awesome. We have some fun together. We test out some microphones. And again, hey, smile, laugh, have some fun along the way. Even the, and the cat don't want to miss out. And she's been watching me in this video, supervising me the entire time, letting me know, thumbs up, thumbs down, Mike. Am I bringing it or am I not? So thank you guys again for joining the channel. I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. And until then, I'm out.